morning, boys and girls of the internet. Today is Wednesday, May 30th, 2018. It's vlog number 149. Wow, almost at the 150 mark. I've been planning to talk about a subject for a while. I think I'm going to save it for the 150th because I want to contemplate it more and kind of get my thoughts together on what I wanted to talk about. Not only that, but as I was thinking about it, I thought about what I was going to make for a thumbnail for this particular subject, and it would definitely take more time than just what I've been usually just slapping together on my phone, because not only am I recording all my footage on my phone, editing it all on my phone, but I've also been making my thumbnails on my phone as well. But I think this tomorrow's video is going to take some photoshopping. So, what else? I really don't have much to talk about today. Last night at work was again pretty basic. I'm doing some more editing. I went by pretty fast though. Yeah, I was watching some more flat earth videos, or flat earth debunking videos, or videos that are showing how dumb flat earth people are. And it's getting to be almost old hat now. Almost like I can kind of predict their arguments and like what these flat earthers, what they all say. They all have the same shtick, and they all have the same bullcrap. And it's just way too easy. Just for once, I would love to meet a real flat earther in real life, face to face, and just have a discussion with them and try to figure out what's in their head. They always simple things like, it's like, well, what about the evidence that we do have? Because that's like the thing that with all flat earthers is that whenever they see evidence that contradicts what they believe, they say it's fake, or oh, that's just conspiracy, or that's just what the government wants you to think. That's what NASA put together, and that's all CGI, Photoshop, fakery. Most of these people are also ones that disbelieve that we landed on the moon. Most of them don't even think that we've ever been to space, or that we ever sent anything into space. They don't think there's, thousands and thousands of satellites orbiting us at various altitudes and distances from our surface. They look at that awesome Elon Musk SpaceX Tesla car up in space. They look at that video and they say, where are all the satellites? How come, if it's out there and there's thousands and thousands of satellites, how come there's none out there? You know how tiny a satellite is in relation to the field of view that car was at? That would be almost like me just walking along a road, and the road, I can see the end of the road. They say, hey, look at that ant over there. What ant? Oh, it's about like a half mile down the road. You can't see a fucking ant half mile down the road with the naked eye, you idiot. Not only that, but the cameras on that SpaceX, little orbiting thing that they set up there, they weren't that high resolution. They weren't like super they weren't like 8K cameras. They were probably 1080p cameras. I mean, not even that, because the footage looked a little fuzzy, but it might have been just the compression of it. But you're gonna lose something. So even if you could catch a glimpse of maybe like some sunlight, glinting off a satellite off at a distance somewhere, and you see a little speckle, the camera's not going to pick it up. It's just not. It's just way too. That, or unless the trajectory of a SpaceX car, Tesla car, happened to go right by where a satellite is orbiting within literally, a few miles of then you might be able to see it. But when you look at like the models of Earth and the paths and all the satellites that we know of going around the Earth, it looks like, wow, they're really close together. How come they don't crash into each other? No, they're not really close together. The Earth is fucking huge. I think that's the one thing that flat earthers, they totally don't have in their brain. That they can't grasp the concept of how big the Earth is, how massive it is. They can't grasp it. So that's one of their big problems. And when you have something so big and then you have something so tiny, which as one of the videos stated, the largest thing we have flying up there that we sent up man-made is the ISS. And that's about as long as a football field, which is really tiny. Try to put up an object the size of a football field against something that's literally, tens of thousands of miles around. It's impossible to extrapolate what the difference in size is. Not to mention that most other satellites are way smaller than that. Some are not even the size of a car. Some are the size of a refrigerator. So you're not going to see them, and plus the distance between all those satellites are very, very far apart in reality. So the whole thing about how they think everything that NASA put out is fake. Well, what about other space agencies? Are they in on it too? Oh, well, the Russians. That's Russian. Well, what about the Chinese space agencies? Japan. Japan is a space agency. You know how many other countries have space agencies? There's 30 of them. And they're all in cahoots, apparently, with NASA and I don't know. Really, all in cahoots. Not a single one of them slipped up and leaked something that was fake and really showed the Earth how it really is, flat and all. Yeah. Bunch of fucking idiots. It just, like I said, I want to have a conversation with one of them. Legit, no bullshit conversation. And, I'm not going to insult them to their faces. I'll have a civil conversation. I want to kind of get into their mindset of why they think the way they do. Oh, I used to believe the Earth was round. Then I went out and I looked at the evidence. Well, whatever evidence you looked at was either wrong evidence or you didn't understand it. You didn't comprehend it. And of course, the flat earthers that really make me scratch my head, and at the same time I go, well, I understand why you're that stupid. Is the ones that say well, the Bible says God made this and made the firmament, and the earth is on set the earth on pillars, blah, 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 blah. No. No, he didn't. He ain't no god. At least as far as I know. And he certainly didn't make a flat disc with a crystal dome around it. Oh well. Oh, NASA photoshops everything. They didn't have Photoshop in the 80s, damn it. But they had photographs. Now, granted, image manipulation has been a thing for a long time. People have been able to manipulate images for a while. But way back in the day, before digital photo manipulation was a thing, you had to use all analog. During development processes, they had to, overlay things and do different exposures on the film. I don't know exactly how they did all this, but I know the basics of how they used to do it. These even just like photograph like other things, like if they wanted to digitally manipulate someone's head on top of another person, they would just take a picture of that person, but like do a double exposure on the photo they want to manipulate. Pretty brilliant how they used to do it, but they used to overlay it, and just, they're pretty smart about it. Sometimes, hell, they used to just fucking paint on the damn picture. Do like a matte painting, like they do in Hollywood. It just said, you can't show me any picture that NASA ever, gave and tell me that that's, a real thing. That's all fakery. How about this? Now, granted, modern computer graphics, real-time graphics, is pretty damn good. But not that good. They'll say, oh yeah, they had the technology. What about when they show like live broadcasts of astronauts on the ISS, and they're doing things in zero-G that can only be done during zero-G, unless you computer animate it and make it look like what you would assume it would look like under zero-G. Like, for example, you see them, it's like, hey, put some water, squirt some water out of the bottle and make it float around in this little, spherical ball, bloop, 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 and they'll do it. That's not someone, just generating it, on the film, or it's not done in, studio ahead of time. It's done in real time. You can see it. They're beaming images that down space in real time. You could talk to them. If you really, really wanted to, you could talk to our astronauts and ask them to do things that only they would know to do when you would ask them to do it. But they'll be in, zero-G while they're doing it, with the Earth behind them in its, spherical glory. You can't fake that on the fly. You can't computer generate that on the fly. So that's just the easiest one. Fucking idiots, I swear. Hey, look, a squirrel. How cute. Anyways, on that heavy note, a nice, cute squirrel. Go on home, do some editing, get to bed, and that's about it. So, y'all have a good day. I'll talk to y'all later, and I love you.